But here we go. I'm doing this just right off the whim. Got the news a minute ago talking about Joey Slackman, the 4-star defensive lineman, in the 25th best or ranked player in the transfer portal, just committed to the Florida Gators. A much needed, much needed news. I mean, it's great news, but Florida needed some kind of news, to be honest with you. They need to do a lot more. You see teams like Ole Miss, Colorado; those teams are thriving right now in the transfer portal. Let's see, good day to be a Gator. There's been very few in the past 3 years. But just being honest, it's a good day. Joey Slackman is a guy who a lot of Florida Gator fans were keeping their eye on. I always heard about it, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to believe it when I see it. There has been very few this cycle. Tony Gemma, absolutely. It's been a roller coaster right now with the Florida Gators. I've just been going back and forth. I'm like, man, you know what? I like to cover them, but then the past couple weeks there has been nothing to cover with the Florida Gators, and with these past 3 years or 3 seasons, it's really put me into man, really, is this team just like, are they not serious? Like it's really became that. But today seeing two commits for the Florida Gators is, it gives you a little bit of hope. A little. I'm not going to say, hey, everything's all better. I mean, everything's not better. Florida needs to do a lot. They need to keep their class that they have in the 2024 class. They've lost over half their class in 2022 under Billy Napier, but they need to do a lot more to stop the bleeding. Let's see, Tony Jim, it seems like this staff likes to keep things under wraps. Makes me nervous, keeps me on the edge of my seat. Yeah, I think they like to keep it under wraps because some things don't go according to plan, and they don't want people being mad about that. Hey, you had this guy, and then you just let him slip right through. So, but Joey Slackman is a great get. He was ranked the 25th best player in the class or in the transfer portal, so that is huge. And then Brandon Crenshaw Dixon, a 3-star offensive lineman. I believe he was from San Diego State. I mean, I'm not going to say it's great, but it's good. That one's a good. It's a much needed depth that the Florida Gators need. Because you're really the 2 commits that the Florida Gators got today. I mean, they needed it for multiple reasons, because you've been seeing the recruits that in the 2024 class, they're talking about War Eagle from, was it Darius Williams? It looks like he may be on, he may go somewhere else. And then a couple other guys who are, iffy, LJ McCray. But we all know the 2024 class, the one who has stood still is going to be DJ Lagway. He's not going anywhere. Any intel on transfers, I don't really have any. I've tried to scour around and look upon in the abyss, but I really don't. And like Tony Gemma was saying, they really like to keep everything under wraps. Guys have came in, and looked around Florida, but nothing like Joey Slackman. I think this is the best. This is probably going to be the best transfer get that the Florida Gators are going to have in this transfer portal. I've said it before. I wish the Florida Gators would really go after on the offensive side. It doesn't look like they're going after wide receivers. I know Florida and a lot of their fan base love the receivers that they have now, and I like them. I would like some more experience. I think if the Florida Gators went after, listen, I know people love Graham Mertz. I know they do. But bring in a third quarterback. DJ Lagway's coming in. Is he going to be starting right away? Do you think he's going to start right away? My thing is, if it's between Lagway and Mertz, if it's close, I'd go ahead and play Lagway. Go ahead and, put him up against the fire and see how it goes. But I really wish Florida would go after one of the quarterbacks that's in the transfer portal to compete. You see Ole Miss. I don't know how Ole Miss is doing it, but Ole Miss has like 5 quarterbacks, and they're really good. So, if other teams can do it and have quarterbacks behind, why can't the Florida Gators do it? Graham Mertz had nobody behind him that he was worried about. Let's be honest. Max Brown wasn't gunning for his job. Parker Weiss wasn't gunning. Parker Lees wasn't going for his job. So, um, you know, if the Florida Gators would really, you know, if they're really kind of aggressive, I think they could go after a quarterback, in my opinion. And I think they could, because man, if you bring in a good quarterback, man, that might actually help you bring in some offensive linemen as well. But that's just my opinion on that. See, X is flipping to Texas, so we are getting Mincy. I'd rather have Xavier Philosami, but it is what it is. I'm actually about to get started. I think the Jacksonville game just started a minute ago. I know High Top is about to get going with their live stream. I saw, so I just want to go live real quick, and talk about just what happened today with the commits that Florida got and the news that I've heard. So, it sounds really, really good. Actually, I was making a short right before the Slackman news popped up. It was said that he was crystal balled, and I was like, oh man, that's going to be awesome. So I was making the to commit video, and then boom, as soon as I was about to uh, put it up, hey, Tony Gemma, thank you for the $2 donation. Go Gators. Hey, we as Florida Gator fans, it's been a turbulent couple of years. So, this transfer portal, I think this class and everything with the Florida Gators, it's necessary. Billy Napier, I know a lot of people don't want to say it, but he is. I'm not going to say a hot seat, but he's on a warm seat right now, and I think he needs to really hit the transfer portal hard now. With the graduate, a lot of kids or a lot of guys going to be graduating. You saw where a lot of people are graduating from college. Maybe the Florida Gators know someone's going to be coming out in the transfer portal that other teams don't know yet. So I think there's a lot to still be desired for the Florida Gators. There's still some good talent in the transfer portal. Um, you know, we'll just have to see. I really wish I would know, somebody that has some inside source to keep me calm. But with today, this is great because I think the fan base, man, if you look over social media, oh wow. I stayed out of it a lot because I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna let the off season transpire. Let's see how it goes. I've kept up with like Ole Miss, Colorado, the guys that are hitting the transfer portal hard, South Carolina. There's a bunch of SEC teams, hitting the portal hard and doing well in recruiting. I'm like, all right, Florida, I'm just gonna stay back. I'm gonna see what you do. And today, maybe this is where the ball starts rolling. Just maybe with Slackman and getting the 3-star offensive lineman, I think it's key. Also, I've heard Florida could be bringing back an old offensive lineman. That one I don't know yet. I'm gonna wait on that one to see if that one's. I'm not gonna say a definite, but it'd be awesome bringing a guy with some experience, especially already with the Florida Gators. But you know, some news and some positive news for the Florida Gators today. I think that's what we all been waiting for. Some positive news. We've been seeing the transfer portal. Princely, Trevor Etienne, and all these guys leaving, and it's just been like, all right, when is the bleeding going to stop? And people are going to make fun of you on social media, especially if you're a Gator fan. But today, I think with the Joey Slackman news, what was he, a defensive player of the year? In the Ivy League, I think at Penn. So he played at a lower level division, but we've seen where some of these guys, just because he played at a lower level, his talent was showing, and he was a disruptor. He was just a force. And I might make a video or try to get some college footage of him and react to some of his tape. That would be pretty cool. But a high profile transfer portal, and a lot of teams were after him. So let's see, Tarquin is Cristobal to transfer to Florida. I wasn't going to say that yet. I wasn't going to say that yet. With Tarquin, I think he had like 37 starts with Florida. He played last year at USC, and that would give the Florida Gators some much needed O line help as well, and we'll see where they can go. I mean, this is big news. I think this is great news. Is he really that good? Ben, I'm not going to say he's really that good. I didn't want to say that. I said he will give you it will help out the offensive line. He gives some experience there. Florida I think lacks that. And was Tarquin great at Florida? I don't think he was great. He wasn't like one of the best offensive linemen ever, but he's an experienced offensive lineman. So let's see, he was a 4-star out of high school. We can't be choosers of the all line department right now. Absolutely. That's where I'm like, you really can't because man, where these guys want to go out of the transfer portal now, they want to win. These guys want to win. They either want to do two things. They want to win or get the paycheck or get the money. And I don't have a problem with either one. If you want to get your money, get your money. That's fine. And if you want to win, you go elsewhere. I understand that because you don't want to keep losing over your college career. And you know, with Florida right now, it's kind of like, are they paying out the big bucks for these guys? And because they're not a winning team, and they're not a. Everyone looks at this roster. They don't look like an 8-win, 7-win. If you look at their schedule, I mean, it's going to be rough, especially in the back half of that schedule. But I mean, are they going to go 6-6, 7-5 next year? I'm going to wait till the spring game to really make my prediction. Last year, I predicted 5-7. I don't know how I hit it right on the head. I wasn't thinking it was going to be that bad, but whew. Let's see, Matthew Walker, your Jaguars on right now. That's why I'm going to get off here and watch them. They're playing Baltimore and Lamar Jackson. I'm a little leery of that Jaguars defense. They kind of look like Florida at times. They give up a lot of yards, but we'll see. Joe Flacco and Jake Browning have absolutely torched the Jaguars defense. Maybe they'll surprise me tonight. I rarely get to see them on prime time, so I'm going to see that. Kiffin is a great used car salesman over there at Ole Miss. Duval. Yes, Tony. I'm going to get going. I appreciate the $2 donation, though, man. Dude, you don't understand. Man, that is awesome. I appreciate that. Go Gators. 12 minutes in. I didn't want to make this long because I do have the Jaguars game. And then last one, Matthew Walker. Billy Napier needs to win 8 games next year, no exceptions. They need to do a lot more for 8 wins that my eyes see. I think they need to do a lot more, and they need to bring in some surprises in the 2024 class. I think they need to flip some guys. But hey, guys, as always, I appreciate y'all watching this channel. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. A great day, 2 commits. That is great for the Florida Gators, and maybe that'll get some of the guys off our backs, like Miami and Florida State making fun of us right now. All right, let's see. I'll be happy with a bowl. I know, Tony. That's all we're asking at this point, right? Just a bowl game. All right, guys. Hey, I appreciate it. I think High Top Sports, they just started their live stream. So as I'm watching the Jaguars game, I'm tuning into their stream as well. But I appreciate it, guys. Let's see, 3 years of the Birmingham Bowl in 2024. Oh, yeah, it hasn't been fun. But all right, guys, I'm going to get off here. And if you're, Duval tonight, Jaguars, Baltimore Ravens, let's go. Great day for the Gators and hopefully for the Jaguars.